different. I'm going to do a kind of a project day. It's raining. It's not a great day to be in the woods. It's the beginning of August. It's hot and there's thunder and lightning, so it's not a great day to be on the water either. So what I'm going to show you today is a couple tools that I use in the water, and these are mainly floating sifters. So right here I'm going to start with showing you guys how I make this pinpointer friendly floating sifter. It's really great. You can use a pinpointer, pro pointer, any waterproof pinpointer you have. You could even use a metal detector over top of it when we're finished with this. This one over here is the one I started with. It's got a 1/4-inch chicken wire. It's got PVC sealed and pipe insulation for the float. It works really great. It's double-sided, but the downside is you can't use a pinpointer with it. It works really well for Native American artifacts and things like that that you're just going to eyeball, but it's not great for Civil War bullets or jewelry or modern coins. So we'll get to making this one. I hope this is helpful, and I hope it helps you find targets a lot faster using this. Thanks for watching. Alright, so to start with, let's go over the tools you'll need. I have a razor knife, a large kitchen knife. You're going to need some 14-inch cable ties. I use some rope because you're going to want to finish this up with a tether so you can tether it to yourself because it will float away. And then a Sharpie. I use 2 pool noodles. These are like $4 at Walmart. And then this is probably the hardest piece to find. This is a plastic produce tray. I've got a bunch of them from a guy who does farming, so it's collapsible. But any sort of tray like this will work. You'll notice it already has holes in the bottom, which allows the water to come through, and it has handles on the sides. So the goal of this is just to simply to get these pool noodles attached to this, and we want to attach them down low. That's the important part of what I found about this, is that you need it to attach low so you still have access to your handles so you can shake and sift this out as we go. So the first part, alright, so step one. We're going to get our pool noodles. We're going to lay them on the either side of whatever tray we're going to use as our sifter. And then we're going to lay out X's for the corners. Well, not X's, V's, I'm sorry. I don't know my alphabet. And what these V's do is, you can see how I already have this one done. It allows you to bend and create a, nope, you want it. There you go. Create a 90 degree in the noodle, and also allows you to get it down low where you can still access this handle here. So that's pretty much it. Now you can see that with the bend on this one, my mark is not exactly right here, so I'm going to have to remark this one, and I'll probably have to remark the other one as well, but that's alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by making all of our marks and then laying out each of our corners here. Other thing we're going to do is, I know that I'm going to have to trim this noodle down. Depending on the length that you get, I'm probably going to have to take 3 inches or so off of it. So we're going to get all that set up, and then we'll show you how to attach them. Alright, so we've got our noodle kind of secured to the crate. It seems silly, but pay attention to the way that your zip ties are running. This way, with them, when you cut them down low here, what won't happen is they won't stick you while you're in the water. These ends can be sharp on these zip ties, unless you like file them down or do something like that. So you can see how it's still low, how it's still accessible through the handle. So that's going to be the goal. So this one will bend right around here. We'll have to trim a little bit on either side so we get our connection points for the other side all done. But so far it's looking pretty good. So cool. Alright, so we got the first pool noodle attached. We had to drill some holes in the corner to get these corner ones taken care of and getting it nice and tight to the tray. And the other thing we got was some side cutters. It makes cutting these ties a lot easier. So that's halfway done. We're gonna attach the next one and show you what that looks like. Same process attaching the other side. So there you go, you're halfway there. So far I think this project cost me $10, and I probably can get, if you have a good supply of these things, you can probably make as many as you want. But this one will last me probably 2 or 3 summers, I would think. So. Oh, one thing I should have made mention of is that these things work way better than a knife for cutting them. If you have a knife, it's fine. So, I'm going to finish this one up. Alright, so there it is. You can see, all connected. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it doesn't really have to be. The last thing, we drilled a hole in here, put a lanyard on it. The other thing, I made this loop right here big enough so I have a pin pointer on a tether. I can take my pin pointer, leave it right in the basket, and it never has to go anywhere. It's always tethered to the float. So if it sinks, it's not a big deal. It's all attached to this, and then this will be attached to me. And then you can use like a simple S carabiner or a bigger climbing carabiner, whatever you want to attach to your belt, or whatever you use to wade in. So, not great for the ocean, good for rivers, lakes, streams, ponds, even small creeks. Works great. Don't even
Yeah.